Welcome back to the Under the Kitchen Table Podcast. Today we have Emma. Say hi.
I did.
No, you didn't, Emma.
I did.
No, you didn't. Say hi again.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Emma. How you doing?
I was doing better.
Anyway, we got Alan.
Hi.
And then there's me. Anyway, we got nothing for the show today. See you guys next week when we talk about...
Tell him that.
What?
We don't tell him that. We gotta act professional.
That's not what we do here, Emma. We are not professional. Anyway, we do have a few things we're going to do today. First off, Mandalorian, really quickly. It's not going to take an entire episode. At best, hopefully, 15 minutes, unless we go on, heaven forbid, another Star Wars tangent that lasts for an hour.
We never go on those. What are you talking about?
Those never happen.
Well,
It never happened.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope it doesn't happen this time. So...
Wait, is it spoiler-free? Because I want to talk about spoilers.
Let's start spoiler-free for, like, a minute. So skip a minute if you just want to hear us talk about it. So this is going to be for both episodes 2 and 3. So the episode with the Thing and then the other episode with the Thing. I thought episode 2 was more fillery, still good though, still classic Mandalorian content. And then episode 3 was like, really good.
It was like, yeah, main story.
Hallelujah, we're back to the main story. But anyway,
It is awesome.
Good episodes. Emma, what are your thoughts?
I love the third episode. That's probably my favorite episode.
And you just
so
didn't
far.
You just didn't think anything of the second episode. That pretty much.
Not really.
That pretty much sums it up. Yeah. Alan, go.
It was pretty good. I liked how the episode 2 was okay. I would have liked a more of a story, but it led into episode 3, which was good.
Agreed.
I liked the stuff that was introduced.
Yeah. It was really good. Anyway, we're done with spoiler-free talk. It's now spoiler talk with your host, me. Anyway, you guys can talk now. So anyway, episode 2. It had spiders.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Well, I mean, technically spiders, I guess.
They were the original...
They were snow spiders.
They were originally designed by Macquarie they were going to be on Dagobah when Luke went there to see Yoda, and they've been that design has been repurposed 3 times now. Once in Legends, once in Star Wars Rebels on the planet Atollon, and now we got snow ones with octopus mouth. On top of that, we have the fun controversy of people saying Baby Yoda committed genocide and to cancel Baby Yoda. So that's a delicious.
How did Baby Yoda commit genocide?
To eat all the last of the ladies alive.
No, okay.
He didn't eat all of them though. He had like 3 or 4.
That's the
you don't kill 3 or 4 things and to say you committed genocide by killing 3 or 4 things.
Yeah. Well, people seem to be actually upset about it, as per usual.
Well, then he needs to grow up hair.
Oof. You can't say that. You can't say that, Alan.
Ooh, Nick's gonna have to edit that out later.
Controversy
keep
on my podcast? I don't think so, sir.
Podcast.
I don't think so, sir. No controversy here. We never talk about anything controversial. Hashtag
but either way,
tokenism talk.
I think the outrage is dumb. It's just a TV show, guys. Calm down.
I'm pretty
Only because everyone's mad at the election, so they're like, we need to find something else to be outraged about.
Yes, everyone needs to be mad at everything else.
You'd think they would already expound all of their outrage on that and not have any more outrage left.
That's not how...
Angry,
outrage only grows with strength. Haven't you learned this from the Hulk? Rage never dies. It just grows.
Either way, it be dumb.
It is dumb. And honestly, sadly, those were the only 2 super memorable parts of that episode. Oh, except for the New Republic pilots. Dave Filoni be coming back, and I forget where the other guy's from. He was from another popular show, but apparently they're already making an action figure of him, and people want it. I like that. I like that they hadn't... Though that makes me wonder if they're setting them up, like in the first season they would bring in characters and they were setting them up for later parts in the season. I'm wondering if those New Republic pilots are going to come back for fighting the Remnant.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see him again.
I'd be excited about that, seeing them get more involved. Well, anyway, that was episode 2. Nothing else really memorable about it. Any final thoughts?
There's a frog lady.
Yeah.
I love the frog lady.
Yeah, she existed, all right.
She's the most wholesome character
she
in
sure
the Star
did.
Wars universe.
Yep, frog.
Now for the episode that actually has some meat on it.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, speaking of frog lady, the much more interesting episode 3. Oh, that was a good episode.
Good episode.
It dropped.
You got to see Frog Mister instead of Frog Lady.
Oh yeah, and they just
Along with Frog Lady.
tell you what, those freaking eggs hatched and grew quick.
Well, one did.
Holy cow, that
One
thing
hatched.
It was really fast.
that was really fast. They went right to work. Holy crap! Like preserve the bloodline. Go,
You better hurry up now.
hurry up before the child eats more. What's funny is they probably already knew.
I was surprised that he didn't eat the hatched one.
No, that would have been too far. They were already receiving
Or,
too
like,
many
right
complaints. What if that was in the original script? But then after the outrage,
And they
they're
had to
like,
edit it out.
after the outrage, they're like, quick, we got to reanimate this scene, make it wholesome.
Oh, this is what it is. It's all political. There's a whole argument, saying, oh, they're just eggs. They're not lives yet. We can't have him eating the thing that's hatched because that's a live being.
Well, except Baby Yoda's eaten frogs before.
Yeah, like living
True.
frogs.
Yeah, I mean not
This
sentient
was
frogs,
this
but
whole political
But that
debate.
was a-okay.
Yeah.
perfectly okay.
Like,
When he
no,
started
it's
eating
only
the
when it's
babies,
the
though,
eggs.
when he started eating the unfertilized eggs, that's when it was too
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
But that's not an actual living thing, according to some people.
He's
That's what
he's
I'm saying,
already
the whole
he's already
debate.
eaten an actual living thing.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
Why are we bringing controversy upon our
Like,
heads?
we can't have him eat a living thing, but he already has.
He already has. I think he's eaten 2 frogs actually. Pretty sure.
Yeah, he has.
So the third episode, he ate like a octopus squid thing.
Yep.
He did eat
Speaking
an
of which-
octopus squid thing.
Ultimate dad right here. Mando's just like, don't play with your food, and then stabs the thing.
On his face.
Yes, on his face.
Yeah. But then, we get to the good stuff of the episode.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Frickin' Bo-Katan back from exile,
Wherever she
leading
was.
Wherever she was.
leading yet another revolution against the Empire. Good
What
lord.
is this, the
She's
third
nothing.
one?
She's nothing if not persistent.
Oh
I'll
my
give her
gosh. You know, okay.
That's true.
Did I actually say that my predictions for that when we were doing the first Mandalorian thing and we were talking about what we're going to see in the future?
that. I think you did.
Yeah. I'm
I
like,
just remember you complaining about Bo-Katan a lot.
no, okay. So I said that I would be fine with her returning. I expected she would return. But the way that her story is set up, it's literally her entire story has been, I'm going to lead a revolution. I succeed. And then immediately afterwards, she just gets just swiped aside. And then she just does it again. She doesn't progress beyond, I'm going to stage a revolution and get into office for a month before whatever new power that be strike me down. Her life is literally just, I feel, okay. So the episode was titled The Heiress. I'm assuming that's implying that Bo-Katan is the heir to the throne of Mandalore, or is to become the new Mandalore.
Yeah.
Or she's the heir of the Darksaber.
Well, yeah, that's the Mandalore.
Yeah.
I hope that this is a like a red herring, and that someone else that's not her will become the Mandalore. I'll take frickin' Sabine. If they're gonna go see Ahsoka next episode, Sabine is supposed to be with her. Unless they've already just found Ezra. But I hope they haven't yet.
They're
Because
still looking for.
unless we just get, well, okay. What if Thrawn is back with working with Gideon or something like that? What if they've already
Rest of
found
the-
Ezra?
What if the rest of the season was just centered on this?
That'd be season 3.
True. But what if the entire season was centered around, that whole aspect to Rebels where it was they left it open-ended and then the Mandalorian sort of finishing that?
That's a theory, except for the fact that Ahsoka's apparently only going to be showing up in one episode. And they have already...
What?
Well, okay, so they're already saying... This show is about the Mandalorian. It's not about Ahsoka. It's not about Sabine. It's not about Ezra. Those things are being saved for their own thing. The Mandalorian story is going to center on and, focus on the Mandalorian and his mission. Unless that heavily intersects with the story of everyone else, But as of right now, they don't want his story to be overshadowed by that of others, which I understand. And actually, I agree with.
But what's going to happen when he actually gets to Ahsoka, though?
Unfortunately, this is just the way the series is. I feel like we're not even going to see her next episode.
And yeah, I doubt it. There's going to be something that happens on his way.
Yeah, he's going to go on his way, and then we're going to have another filler episode where he just gets stranded on a new ice planet and gets attacked by, like, ice snakes or something like that. while helping... Okay, so we already know that Bill Burr is coming back at some point this episode. He was the ex-Imperial sniper that was the leader of the team during the Prison Break episode.
Yeah.
He's coming back this season. I'm assuming his gang of ruffians are going to be back as well.
I thought the Mandalorian left them on that one place while it blew up.
Yes, they're under New Republic like captivity. But I'm thinking they're going to escape. They seem very adept. If you know what I mean.
Speaking of being an adept, can we talk about how stormtroopers actually were able to hit a moving target this episode?
Come on. That's not fair.
What?
Episode 4. They hit stuff.
They even made a joke about the stormtroopers not being able to hit anything in the episode.
I mean, it's self-aware. That's the best kind of.
So that means it's known that they're bad shots in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's a joke, though. I miss when stormtroopers were actually competent.
I heard that there was like this theory that seems kind of far-fetched, but it was like the reason they couldn't really shoot anything was because the Force did not want them to be able to shoot certain things. Like, obviously, you can't shoot the main character, and that seems kind of a cop-out, but that's automatically the theory I go to.
Well, the theory with episode 4 was that Palpatine Vader didn't want them dead because their Moff Tarkin on the Death Star said that he was taking an awful risk by letting them get away so easy. So it's implied that the intention was that they would get off the Death Star.
Okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to shoot at them, but be such a bad shot that you don't actually shoot them.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty good shots in at least in episode 5 they seem all right. Episode 5 they're pretty competent. Episode 6 they're competent against high tech stuff. They're not competent against low tech, which make
sticks and rocks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're
fuzzy bears.
Yeah,
and big logs.
Well, the Empire is designed to be. There should be no match against them in regards to, like, the current technological era. But, like, you even look at, like, old war movies. Like, you guys know anything about the story of, like, Rorke's Drift or anything like that? So that was during British colonizing Africa during the colonial period, 1800s. The British had superior, like, technology. They had cannons and Gatling guns and muskets, etc., but they were given a very hard run for their money by the locals, even though they were low tech. That's just something that's just if your tactics are sound enough and you know the land enough where you can use it to your advantage, it doesn't matter how high tech you are, you're gonna lose.
That's kind of like the Emu War in Australia.
Exactly.
Did the emus win?
Yes.
The emus did win.
We know the land.
Well, no, that's because well, I read on the tactics of the Emu War. So the Australian army tried surrounding them with their army, and the emus just ran away. They put a machine gun on a truck and tried to drive after the emus while the machine gunner just shot randomly into the herd. The road was like...
Emus are like tanks, though. They're like walking tanks, pretty much.
And they're fast.
Tank.
So, well, and then the gunner couldn't hit anything because the ground was so rocky, so the truck just kept bustling around. So he couldn't hit anything. After 6 days, they just gave up and told the hunters to go and free open season. And that was more effective than the army.
It was a lot more effective, yeah.
Oh, anyway, that was History Lesson with Nick. Tune in next week when we talk about, I don't know, something else related to history, but whatnot.
At some point.
Anyway, Empire used to be really competent. Unfortunately, you have shows like, Rebels. I love Rebels, but I will pick on the fact that essentially they turned stormtroopers from being what was like the elite, almost Marines of the Empire into, they'll just be a local colonized, like local police force almost. You have, until Solo, thank God Solo brought it back, but like Imperial Army just completely doesn't exist anymore. Solo brought it back, thankfully. Except you don't really see them in the position roles they used to have. So essentially just stormtroopers replace everything, which was not their role in like what was in Legends.
I mean, there was a reason why they were on the most important starship or most important weapon in all the Empire.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, what I want to know is how secret are these Imperials actually being in current Mandalorian like canon? Because apparently stormtroopers are just openly hanging out on their Gozanti freighter going off world, and just no one's batting an eye at apparently they're just stormtroopers walking around and
getting permission to land on like planets and stuff.
Yeah, so people know that they're still there. So the New Republic, the New Republic conserved itself heavily. We know that already, and the best they have are apparently just some 2-person patrols going around like, hey, have you seen any Imperials? Send out a ping. Like they did to Mando. But apparently
the stormtroopers were like even openly standing on the ship that was leaving the harbor.
Yeah, exactly. So
they were just right there.
So apparently people just know that they still exist, unless they're still under the impression of like what Grief Karga was saying in season 1, which is just, oh, those are just mercenaries. These are just ex-Imperials or mercenaries using Imperial surplus. However, you also have the people on the ship just wearing Imperial uniforms. Were they just always wearing those? Were they walking around the harbor in Imperial uniforms? Did they just stay on the ship? How hidden are these people? I don't know. Hello? Alan, I can't hear you.
Kamala Harris has got him.
Is Alan gone?
We're sorry.
His thing says that he's talking right now.
I don't hear anything.
Alan!
Okay, I think I'm here now.
Oh, what the heck happened?
Thank goodness.
I have no idea what that was about.
That was scary. Anyway, so were you saying something in regards to what I was saying about the Imperial officer uniform? So
yeah, well, my thing about it though is like in the first season they're all secretive, like behind secret doors and like only going out at night and stuff like that. And now they're just opening for everyone to see.
Yeah, I don't understand.
And they weren't even on they were on like a distant like world or something like that. They weren't even on like main Republic territory in the first season.
Yeah, weren't they off world? Weren't they off world in the 3rd episode?
They were.
No, they were on that planet with like
but wasn't that planet
calamari and all them?
Yeah, is that planet like in the Outer Rim or is
It's near Tatooine because they went from Tatooine to that planet in sublight. So it's within the system. And there was a New Republic like patrol that was near there. So I'm just wondering how these Imperials are going about and how no one is like, unless like the reason that the New Republic fighters were out there in the first place because they're like, there's some strange stuff going on out here with Imperials and crap. I'm just wondering.
I think you're giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Though I will say, I'm really happy to hear that apparently there's just a larger fleet of Imperials.
We were like, fleet?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean fleet?
Fleet?
Maybe it's a call out to the sequel trilogy.
No. I hope not.
I hope not.
It's the New Order.
No, I want this to be its own thing. Honestly, if they're bringing back in like the Ahsoka and Rebels stuff, I hope that's just Thrawn. Thrawn and the whole 7th Fleet that just got yeeted away from Lothal. The entire fleet wasn't destroyed. The 7th Fleet essentially got the same treatment as Thrawn's ship. They just got transported away by those frickin' whales. Because according to Dave Filoni, not only is Thrawn alive, but like Captain Palion, which was an old Legends character, but was also the commander of Thrawn's blockade over Lothal. He's still alive, confirmed. So, interesting stuff there. But yeah, if Ahsoka is in a singular place, though, it makes me wonder if they already have found Ezra.
Maybe she's searching for him on that planet.
Yeah, but that's just kind of weird where it's been like 6 years and then... Because they said they were going to go like search the Outer Rim and stuff like that. And then Bo-Katan's like, oh yeah, she's just hanging out on this world.
She's just chilling.
Didn't you guys like come up with a theory where she was like creating her own Jedi Academy or something, or was that somebody else?
I kind of hope she is.
That was us.
Oh yeah,
that's what we hoped anyway.
Yeah,
I hope
that was us.
That's what I automatically thought, but I didn't know if it was true or not. So I was like,
I hope the Jedi live on.
Maybe that's what she's doing. Maybe she found Ezra and they are currently training on that planet.
Honestly, that would be cool, especially considering we know that just Luke's academy just gets yeeted.
Yeah.
Because, we can't have nice things. We can't have new Jedi Order content. Because Ben's just apparently going to just become a pyromaniac and just burn it down. Because he listened to Evanescence. And Luke,
one time.
And Luke detected he had a bad dream.
No, he started writing poetry. That's what went wrong.
He started writing poetry and listening to Evanescence.
Yeah,
he did it while... You don't understand.
He did it while he was listening to Evanescence.
That's what he was listening. That's what he was listening to when he was asleep.
I need to vent my feelings. Write it down on the page and make myself bleed through the pen. Luke had to kill the boy in his sleep. He saw the poetry and was like, we gotta end this now.
Alright, I ain't gonna have a goth. I'm not gonna have a goth nephew. Not in my house.
Have I trained you just to write poetry? Have I taught you nothing?
What a waste of a Jedi.
Yeah. Anyway, we've overstayed our welcome on The Mandalorian.
Have we? I think we could get on a whole tangent about Ben writing poetry.
Anyway, final thoughts on episode 3.
It was pretty neato.
Yeah. Oh, crap, one final thing I want to talk about. The fact that the Mandalorian was not in a normal Mandalorian group, but was a part of some kind of armor-loving cult.
Like Death Watch? Or like...
No, Death Watch wasn't even like that.
No, I mean like a weird sect of it where it's like the FLDS church. It's like...
Well, no, it wasn't of Death Watch. It was just a strange sect of Mandalorians.
Of like hyper religious Mandalorians.
Yeah, but didn't they say that he was like part of the Watch or something?
They said he was part of the Watch, which was a religious Mandalorian cult that essentially said no taking off your armor. While you have someone like Bo-Katan, who's like a pureblood Mandalorian,
born and raised on Mandalore.
Yeah, so she has every right to have the armor she has.
And then she just takes her helmet off, and Mando's like, "What the heck?"
I love that that's his reaction. Like, he finds a Mandalorian, he's like, oh, thank God. And then they just take off their helmets, and he just stops. He's like, no. Where'd you get that?
That armor belongs to me.
Where did you get that? That's enough.
That's a big no-no.
That's a no-no. Give me that armor.
You broke one of the 10 Mandalorian commandments. Thou shalt not take off your helmet.
Unbelievable. That makes me wonder if by the end of the season he's going to be done with his like only wearing helmet thing. That might
He's gonna be more like Bo-Katan and all them.
Yeah, that might make Pedro Pascal happy.
Good idea.
Considering he doesn't want to wear his helmet.
Direction.
Yeah.
Lose his religious ways.
I mean,
I'm just waiting for like Baby Yoda to see Mando take off his helmet and immediately be like, "Wait, where's Papa? Where's Papa?"
Though.
Oh, there's Papa. Yes.
Yeah. Though, that makes me wonder if, because of that, this will either make Bo-Katan an antagonist, or if this will make the Armorer an antagonist, or if they're going to be just still continue to be loose allies who just don't like the Imps. But that's like, these are two completely different sects of Mandalorian that do not like each other.
What if the true enemy was himself all along?
Maybe. Though, this could actually be interesting, the fact that the Armorer almost seems like a Mandalorian, so like a pro-Maul Mandalorian, against what was a nationalist Mandalorian, like Bo-Katan, because of the horns on the Armorer's helmet. So what if they come into contact with each other? That would be interesting.
Oh no.
I don't know either. I just hope the rest of the season keeps going with story stuff. I don't want more filler. Especially if we're waiting a week in between each episode.
Oh, we're gonna get more filler.
I really don't want more filler. I don't want next week to be filler.
my prediction is next episode is a killer episode.
I hope not.
I gotta find Ahsoka get stranded on yet another planet.
There are 8 episodes. Yep. Just keep with the story. Unless you're gonna...
the next, like, 5 episodes are just him getting stranded on various planets.
No! I don't want it! I want
until his ship is like just the cockpit and the engines and that's it.
I want to see the Imperial fleet.
It's just like this floor of metal, the steering wheel, and one engine, and it's just...
Yeah, like every time he crashes on a new planet, he loses a little bit more of his ship.
So it's nothing but like a husk of metal being held together with rope.
I want to see more Boba Fett. I want to see more Imperial Remnant fleet. I want to see frickin' Ahsoka. I want to see Sabine, and I want to see Mandalore. How are we going to reach all 5 of these things this season?
I'll let you know. Is it too much to ask?
What is happening? Who's on the phone?
I'm on the phone.
Tell him to get off.
I can't get off.
We're doing more important things.
I can't help it that I have to record this in my lounge.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
Well, tell your lounge mates enough.
We got important things to discuss.
This is more important. Speaking of, that's enough of the Mandalorian.
You said that 10 minutes ago.
Oh, actually 5. It's been 5 minutes.
For realsies this time.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, one more thing.
Oh boy.
The fact that the Mon Calamari just put fishing wire all over his ship to hold it together.
What? Me putting my life together.
I love...
And leaving some kind of, like, weird octopus thing in there.
I he just, like... Said it to Baby Yoda. Okay.
I love the Mandalorian sitting in his chair and just going, unbelievable.
He's like, I paid how many credits for
1,000. I paid 1,000 credits for some fishing wire to hold my boat together.
He keeps paying people credits for, like...
Where does he get all these credits?
Just to end up with people doing, like, a half-hearted job at whatever he needs them to do. It's like the bare minimum of what needs to get done. Yeah, exactly.
Alan, think about this for a second. If you were playing an RPG and you killed a bunch of people, what are you going to do? You're going to take their money.
Loot them.
Yeah. How many people has Mandalorian killed just in the past few episodes?
But we don't... So you're telling me, like when he kills someone, right, and runs away, he comes back and then loots the corpse and then keeps going.
Yeah, before it despawns.
Okay.
That's how this works, man.
Gotta beat the spawn.
Absolutely. I mean, hey, he killed an entire, like, crime boss in the first episode of this season. I mean, you don't know where he went after that. Maybe he went right back to his ship. Maybe he went into the guy's vault and just like, hey, that's a lot of money.
He waited until those things ate his corpse and then went back and took his wallet.
Yeah, finder's fee. Anyway, that was Mandalorian talk. Alan, I believe you have something for us.
I do. Let's see how this goes. So I have 2 books. One is entitled Write the Story. The other is entitled Complete the Story.
Ooh.
Complete the Story has like a sentence or 2 to introduce it, and then you gotta write the rest of it. And then Write the Story has a like a topic, and then a couple words you have to include in your story. And these will all be done extemporaneously, on the spot. See how this goes. The one with the words you have to include is a black book, and the other one with a couple sentences to introduce is a red book.
Ooh.
Never mind, there aren't any page numbers. I was gonna say a page number, and I will go to that page, but there aren't any page numbers.
You can count.
Count. Yeah, just count them.
Page 21.
Count, like 300 pages or whatever.
Page 54.
This? Each of you pick a book, and then I will flip through it, and when you say stop, that's the one I will stop at.
Pick random book.
There's only 2. You've got a 50-50 shot.
There's only 2.
Pick
black or red.
Book number 2.
That doesn't help. Black or red.
Black book.
Okay, black. I'm starting now. You're supposed to say something.
I'm not done yet. Keep going.
Well, okay.
You can go till I say stop.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep repeating, flipping through it until you say stop.
Stop.
Probably not.
I
It's
said
just
stop.
100-page book.
Okay, stop. Your story. Write a story about a story that takes place in one room.
Oh.
Okay? And your words to use. Write this down. Petting zoo, handsome, unbound, annoy, weekend, camp, cocktail, piglet, immortal, and invest.
How many words? I thought there was just gonna be like.
Okay, start writing something down, thinking of something to put those in. And Emma, you're up. Black book or red book?
I'll choose the red one this time.
So wait, Alan,
Okay.
does this have to be in order?
It does not have to be in order. Whatever order you decide to put them in.
I enjoy this.
I'm gonna start flipping through. I'm just gonna keep repeating and repeat to flip through until you tell me to stop. Okay?
Okay.
Ready, set, I'm going. Anytime now.
I said like 30 seconds ago, bro.
Okay. I'm just gonna wherever I'm at right here. Okay. You need to start your story with this. Okay? Are you listening?
Yeah, I got a computer.
Okay. I couldn't let them get away with it. They, the people just like them, had gotten away with similar things in the past.
Wow, you're going really fast.
I'll try again. Go a little slower.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't let them get away with it. They, and people just like them, had gotten away with similar things in the past. Like. And then you continue the story.
Cool.
Okay, I'm gonna, while you guys are working on that, I'm gonna flip through one and make up one on the spot.
Oh Lord.
And we'll see how it goes. I'll go ahead and do mine, and you guys work on yours as I am doing mine. Let me find something good real
It's
fast.
gonna be like super elaborate and complex, and then I'm just over here like, I don't know.
Okay, so I think I'm going to do one. This is right. I'm doing one on the Black Book along with Nick,
All right.
and mine is time travel. Okay, and my words
Easy one.
are. Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't get time to sit there and actually write one out. I have to do this all on the spot. So mine's time travel. My words are hurricane, email, launder, pastry, garlic, staff, germs, gallery, brace, and share. Okay, let's see where this goes. One time, little Jimmy, he got up in the morning one day, and he went out into his living room. It was a normal day. He could still smell the garlic from the pasta he ate last night because it was still sitting on the counter, unfortunately, which is very annoying.
Who puts
because
garlic in pasta?
everyone puts garlic in pasta.
I don't put garlic in pasta, Alan.
I do.
Well, you're the weird one. Everyone puts garlic in pasta.
Ammo.
Or at least the sauce or something like that. Garlic is always in pasta.
Garlic salt is the best with pasta.
Exactly. Anyway,
That's a
so
truth.
so Jimmy, he could still smell the garlic from the pasta he left out last night, which is not very good because germs will grow on that pasta and make it not eatable anymore, unfortunately. So he threw it away, and then all of a sudden he started hearing some flashing and some banging of pots and all kinds of crazy things. So it ran up into his refrigerator, opened it up, and there was a portal inside. Now, the portal was right where he usually keeps his favorite pastries. So he was very annoyed at first, but the portal was like flashing almost. It was like in greens and blues, and it kind of mesmerized him. So he stuck his hand in just to see what it was like, and it sucked him right in. So next thing, little Timmy knows. I keep switching the names. It's Timmy. Little Timmy knows is he wakes up and he's in a field of flowers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he wakes up and he looks around, and there is a man standing there, and the man has a big long staff that he's clutching. So of course Jimmy is like, "Hey, this guy's probably a wizard. I'm back in medieval times." So Timmy goes and he greets the man, and the man hits Timmy with a staff and runs away. So Timmy was like, "That wasn't very nice." So, when he was hit by the staff, his arm almost broke, so he had to go find something to brace his arm because it's hurting real bad. So he finds some. Luckily, there's a tree nearby, and he weaves some of the plants, some of the leaves together, and is able to make a short little makeshift brace for his arm. As he's walking on the field, trying to find this crazy staff wielding maniac, he's walking through this field, and all of a sudden the clouds get dark, right, and the clouds start to swirl. They're swirling ever faster and ever faster. Timmy has no idea what's going on because he's from a southern United States where they're used to seeing hurricanes, right? So he assumes there's a hurricane because that's usually what happens with those kind of things. But it's not. As the clouds start to swirl faster and faster, and there's lightning, striking everything around him, and the lightning's in weird colors, like in purples and pinks. And finally, one strikes Timmy, and he wakes up again. This time, he's in a similar field, but this time there's a city around him, and the city's made of glass, right? So he figures, okay, I'm in the future now. So he looks and he has his phone again, and it's working because he's in the future. Phone technology works again. Yeah. So he looks and he has 300 million missing emails. Ooh. So he figures out, okay, I've probably been gone for a very long time.
Wouldn't want to answer that.
Exactly. So he's in this big old city. So he keeps walking around. There's a place where you can launder your clothes, like a laundry place, right? And which is pretty normal. There's a picture gallery. Sorry, not picture gallery, an art gallery that he walks by as well, because future people, they appreciate art as well.
Oh, absolutely.
So he's walking around, just kind of absorbing everything that's going on, and he wants to share this with someone. He wants to share it with his experiences. So he runs up to someone and says, "Hey, I've been time traveling, and I went to the past, now I'm in the future. This is crazy." So of course, like any sane person would, the man he talks to immediately arrests Timmy because he's obviously insane, and Timmy gets thrown into a mental asylum where he dwells for the rest of his days. And that is my story, and I used all my words.
That's a pretty delicious story, man. I'm not gonna lie. Poor little Timmy.
I probably would have made it better, but I had no time to prepare this. So hopefully it was at least entertaining. The roller coaster story of little Timmy.
Yeah.
It was.
I've got something, but I'm not done yet. So give me a few more minutes, and then I'll be done. I got something good.
You pinning this
Nick,
on me? You're making me go.
Yeah, Nick.
Oh,
go.
God. Okay.
Wait, remind us of your words real fast.
So, my setting is one room. So, it all has to take place in one room. And the words are petting zoo, handsome, camp, cocktail, piglet, unbound, annoy, weekend, invest, and immortal.
Okay, go for it.
So anyway, my boy Piglet, he was at Camp Snoopy, and it turns out there was a petting zoo at this camp. Now, you may be saying, Nick, this is supposed to take place in one room. Well, here's the thing, is Piglet at the beginning of the story wakes up trapped in the petting zoo feeding room. He is there alone with a monkey and a sheep, both unbound because they were bound initially. Piglet was also bound, but he untied himself and the two. Piglet, he was a very handsome piglet. I'm just going to say that right off the bat, and this really annoyed the monkey. And because he was at a nice Christian camp, Piglet was very angry that he was trapped in this room and could not make his usual rum and coke cocktail. This is so stupid.
Is this fan fiction?
Yeah. Where Piglet's a raging alcoholic. And he's somehow wound up tied up in a side feeding room at a petting zoo which also
Hey,
happens to be at a camp.
It's all those years of anxiety that just got to him, and he just finally cracked.
Yeah. Now, it's the weekend, so the petting zoo is actually closed. So Piglet, in his little bit of a haze, is like, why the heck am I here? Why am I at Camp Snoopy? That's a completely different franchise. And I'm pretty sure it's closed in most places. Like, there used to be a Camp Snoopy up in Minnesota. That probably doesn't exist anymore. I think it only exists at Kings Island. Those are all the thoughts going on in his head, by the way. As he's looking around the room for a place to escape, there are no doors to this little room, which he thought that was pretty weird. Now, the monkey and the sheep, they didn't think it was weird because they were just a monkey and a sheep. They didn't have sentient thought. So Piglet was kind of just, walking around. The monkey was annoyed at him. And as he's looking about, he finds a crate in the corner of the room. He opens it up and realizes, holy crap, I found the Fountain of Youth. It's just sitting there in a box in the middle of a petting zoo, in the middle of a camp, in this one single room. And he's like, holy cow, I could become immortal. It's pretty sweet. Then the monkey, who was really ticked off at Piglet for being so handsome, essentially pushed Piglet over and then drank the Fountain of Youth itself. And the monkey became immortal. But nothing else really happened because, becoming immortal doesn't give you super strength or anything like that. And then Piglet, really angry, just punched the monkey in the face and then drank from the Fountain of Youth itself. And then he became immortal. Except it was only immortal in regards to age, and then he died.
How do you die?
The sheep.
Did the monkey kill him?
No, it was the sheep all along.
Okay, the sheep killed him.
Because the sheep, surprisingly enough, despite not thinking of having sentient thought, actually was sentient, grabbed a knife from a shelf and stabbed both of them, and then drank from the Fountain of Youth, and then escaped through the door.
Very nice, very nice.
All right.
That was lovely fan fiction.
That was the worst thing I think I've ever come up with. That is the worst thing I've ever said in my life.
And stay tuned for Nick's story to be posted on Wattpad later this week.
Stay tuned on the Winnie the Pooh fan fiction page for Piglet the raging alcoholic getting killed by a sheep.
Oh, okay.
Did you say ooh? Oh gosh.
All right,
Emma, you've stalled long enough. I've bought you as much time as I can give you.
Well, I finished mine. All right. So here it is. I'll say the first line because I chose the red book. So I'm gonna say the line and then just go right into the story. Okay.
Go ahead.
Here's the line. I can't let them get away with it. They and people just like them had gotten away with similar things in the past, like not turning on their blinker when they turn. I've had enough. Pure and sullied rage fills me every time. Okay, so that is the first line with some embellishment by me. Alright, so
delicious.
Jessica, alright, the main character her name is Jessica, alright? She says all this to her friend Brittany. They're in their 2006 Subaru and they're on their way to Starbucks, okay?
Oh yeah.
And they're getting their Starbucks. And the entire time they're getting their Starbucks together, Jessica is ranting, saying like, I'm so sick of all these people who don't use the blinker. Do they have no sense of self-respect for like other people and all that? And she just goes on and on. So she finally says, the next person I see who doesn't have their blinker on, I'm getting out of my car. I'm going to give them a piece of my mind. So they pull out a Starbucks after getting their coffee, all right, and they go to a light, and the person in front of them doesn't have their blinker on. So the light turns green, the car turns, so Jessica, in this pure, unadulterated rage, slams on the gas, makes a left around the car, and then screeches in front of the other car that didn't have its blinker on, stops the car, and stomps up, gets out of the car, gets out of her Subaru, she stomps up to the other car to, like, tell the person off.
Yeah.
And Brittany is standing just by the car, because things might get ugly. You never know with Jessica, okay?
Yeah.
And the driver that they cut off pulls his window down, and Brittany can clearly see that this person is not a person. It is in fact an alien and has tentacles and bulbous green eyes. It's
Lord.
It's not pleasant at all.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
Before Jessica could even say anything, alien takes its tentacles and just grabs Jessica, opens its mouth like a python, and just swallows Jessica whole and eats her.
Oh.
So Brittany freaks out. She becomes the main protagonist of this story. She becomes a vigilante in regards to, like, avenging Jessica's death. But it's not because the alien ate her friend. It's because when Jessica was eaten, she accidentally dropped her coffee. She dropped her iced vanilla latte, and she was very upset about it. Okay. So, Brittany gets in the car, makes a getaway, goes back to her house. She goes down to her basement, and she picks up a death ray that she had just finished creating. Because secretly she has 3 PhDs in physics and microbiology, and she was also doing an independent study on brain-dead people like Jessica. So she was only hanging out with Jessica for scientific purposes. So she goes outside. She looks for the first car that doesn't have its blinker on, because she thinks, hey, maybe this might also be the alien. She goes back into town. She gets to this car by the same light, and they don't have their blinker on either. So, in her anger, Brittany hops across 2 cars, jumps onto the car, breaks through the front window, and shoots at the driver with her death ray, killing that person. Turns out she killed the mayor, and about 30 people saw it. So she has to escape the witnesses, and she ends up going into hiding. She changes her name. She moves to Alaska. She builds her own igloo with her own 2 hands, out in the middle of nowhere. She changes her name to Charlotte. One day, she goes ice fishing, and she finds what she thinks is a really big fish, and she pulls it out of the ice hole that she made. It turns out it's an alien. It's the same alien that killed Jessica. So Brittany she exacts her revenge by dragging it back to her igloo, where she stabs him with an ice pick, and gets her revenge. The end.
Wait, does she eat the alien?
I didn't think about that, but sure, why not?
What the heck?
Okay, good. I was hoping.
What?
Yeah, that's how she gets her revenge.
What the heck was the fever dream that I just listened to? What was that?
Yeah.
That was
a good story. I liked it.
Okay, like you didn't just come up with a Winnie the Pooh fan fiction, Nick.
I can't argue with that. But...
No, Winnie the Pooh didn't make an appearance. It was a Piglet fanfiction.
It was a Piglet fan fiction.
Because Piglet is the best character. Much better.
No, Tigger is the best character.
Excuse me, Eeyore's the best character. He is by far the most relatable.
Jim Cummings as Winnie the Pooh is clearly the superior character.
Is that your Donald Trump?
We all
No.
We all know that Tigger is the best character, right?
Did you ever watch the Tigger movie?
Yes.
Yeah, that was only my childhood.
Tigger's such a legend.
Exactly, that's why he's the best character.
But Piglet is better. I watched the Piglet movie as a child.
Did you guys watch that weird
Piglet is
Did you guys
better.
Did you guys watch that weird movie VHS movie of Winnie the Pooh where they were all puppets?
I think I have actually, but my brain has decided to shut it out. So it sounds vaguely familiar, but my brain's just no, you don't remember that. You don't remember that.
Yeah.
How about this?
Puppets. I think it was maybe a part of a TV show or something like that. But I distinctly remember a puppet Winnie the Pooh.
How about this? Did you ever see the Winnie the Pooh PSA on why not to talk to strangers?
Not talking to strangers? You got cut off for a little bit.
It was a Winnie the Pooh PSA, 40 minutes long, called Too Smart for Strangers, where it had Winnie the Pooh on air say, "Some people may want to touch you." That is real.
Oh, boy.
Also, it's in live action, so it's people in suits, and the suits blink.
No. I don't want to think about that.
I'll find it. I'll find it on YouTube and send it to you guys.
No.
They have a song and everything.
Ew.
About telling people to stop it. Say no. Please stop that. It's really not okay.
That reminds me of the clip of Sonic when he's like, "Now remember, kids, if someone touches you in a place that you don't want to be touched."
Yes,
say, "Oh, no
that's
way."
it. Oh no, you're talking about the Sonic one.
I'm talking about the Sonic one.
Good touch, bad touch. I just found it.
No, he said, if someone will touch you or you don't want to be touched, that's no good.
Yep. Hold on.
Oh, please, no.
Look at those suits.
That's terrifying.
The suits blink too.
Ew.
It blinks.
What is wrong with Winnie the Pooh's head? Why is it such an oblong, weird shape?
I'm gonna see that piglet in my nightmares.
Oh,
I'm gonna see that. Yeah, that image in my nightmares.
It has Tigger and Roo in there as well. Oh my! What is that? What is that?
Oh
That was the one I was talking about.
Oh my gosh! That's it. That's the cursed
Piglet.
image. That's
Piglet
the.
looks
Yeah,
like
the-
me when I
it's-
wake up in the morning and I'm trying to be positive about life, but in reality, I'm just slowly like dying inside. Like I'm just a shell of a person.
Why is?
It was called the Book of Pooh.
Oh my!
Why does
gosh.
Tigger look like he's squatting?
Maybe he is.
Why is Winnie the Pooh so round? He's like a circle. What the heck? Oh, I don't know what's worse. All I know is one of these is gonna be what's going on the octopus.
Oh
mug.
yeah.
Listen, what Alan just posted, that is a cursed image in itself. I don't even need
The
it.
caption should be, "That's no good."
All I'm gonna do is put the cursed Yoda face behind like the tree or something like that, and that's it.
No, you should Photoshop the Yoda face onto like all the other faces.
Oh, I'm
and just
not
be
that
like,
good. I'm not that good at Photoshop.
Ugh,
Oh, why is Winnie making that face?
because why not?
Why does Piglet have like soup? What is that ravioli?
I don't know. They gotta eat somehow.
Oh my gosh, I don't know which one to
And there's-
use. I think that
And
first
then
one,
outside there's Tigger's nose with a sandwich.
that first one is more cursed, I think. Wow, that's unless I'm able to like Photoshop the characters from the first image and put them as like minis on the table with the second image, and you just have like dancing Winnie the Pooh and Tigger on like the table in front of Winnie the Pooh eating honey and ravioli.
So you guys never saw those?
No,
I remember seeing that when I was a kid.
I have never seen this before in my life.
I don't know. I'm older than both of you, so I think it's just maybe before your time.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
Oh, I'm 22 as well. Wow.
Yeah, but my birthday was back in June.
Pulling the age card, huh?
So that means
Alan?
I'm like 2 months younger than you,
Me or Alan?
Alan.
Yeah, so I am the oldest. Ah,
Crap.
Wait, when's Nick's birthday?
Halloween?
it's in
Oh, yeah, that's
October.
right.
Yeah,
Am I the
But you
youngest
turned-
one here?
No, you.
I think
turned
you are the
22.
youngest one.
What?
No, you turned 22. You turned 22. I turned 21 this past August. So you're
Oh,
older
okay.
than both of us.
Okay, so Emma's the youngest one here.
All right.
I'm always the youngest
Thank
one.
God.
Here.
I can at least be
And
middle.
and I'm the oldest. Anyway, I think the prompts, that was a fun exercise.
Yeah, it
We
was.
should just do this for our podcast. Just to beat this.
Well, next week we're going to be doing a prompt-only podcast, so hopefully
Yes.
we're going to get
Maybe we
someone
can take
else
some
on.
from the same books.
Is this
Yeah.
gonna be like the season finale type thing?
Yeah, that'll be our
The
season
next
one.
one,
finale.
yeah.
Okay. That's good because I have finals and it's just a lot of paper writing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same. So next Friday, finale. Stay tuned for that.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah, so is there anything else we want to
Woo.
talk about?
I think that was
I
it,
think
but
we're good.
I had a really fun time doing that
Nightmare.
prompt.
Nightmare Fuel, Pooh. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeehaw. Whenever we get an episode with a cursed image is a good episode.
Oh yeah. Which is in this case every episode.
You're darn right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. Shout out to the one dude from Russia who tuned in and watched
Yeah.
our
Probably
podcast.
not listening.
Bruh,
Tell your friends, Russian man.
Yeah, tell all your friends.
get your Russian bros and stuff in to tune in.
The rest of the KGB.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's a pretty strong audience.
Go shout out to Putin for listening into our podcast. Pretty cool dude.
I bet it was Putin.
We're gonna edit that out. Anyway, tune in next week for series finale.
Oh,
Very last
You mean
episode.
season
finale.
finale?
Nope. Series finale. Last episode. Tune in
no.
when we
Never
finally
gonna happen again.
liberate ourselves from the already dead octopus. All right.
Nice.
So, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. I have a balloon.